Getting your stretches in, BJ?
No, I'm good. I just got like some lower back tightness. I don't know what's going on.
You got that sciatica? Or?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So before we get to the fight, man, what did you think of the poetry first and foremost?
I mean, Jake's funny, man. Jake's creative, and it's funny, but a lot of the things he said are true. So, you know, I don't look too much about all that. I focus on the fight, and I focus on, you know, what we got to do to win the fight. So I don't really get into too much of that.
But when you get to this level of pay-per-view fighting, is that almost as much as the job as getting to the gym on time and training, or are you not of that school?
No. My job is just to make sure Jake's ready for the fight and to make sure that Jake is able to take away Tommy's strengths. And all the other stuff I leave to him. He's the master and the expert at that.
Do you think Tommy's a better fighter than Tyrone Woodley is?
I think he's a better boxer. He's not necessarily a better fighter. I think Tyron had a lot of attributes that made it difficult for Jake. I think he had a lot of experience, a lot of you know, rounds with a lot of good, tough, quality guys, tough guys. And I feel like it definitely parlayed a little bit in the boxing ring, where he was able to, you know, utilize some of those skills he had in the cage and bring those in the boxing ring. I think Tommy's a lot more green than Tyron. He's got better hands, yes. He's got better range. He's quicker, yes. There's definitely some things he does well, but I think it's going to be a very different kind of fight. So it's two different fights, and got to prepare for Tommy very different than Tyron.
We saw with Tyron, he did have a right hand, a good right hand.
Yeah.
Do you think that Fury isn't the puncher that Woodley was with that right hand?
No, he's definitely not. Tyron definitely punches harder than Tommy, but that doesn't mean he's not as dangerous. So, you know, Tommy, we're taking him very seriously. Jake knows it's going to be a very difficult fight, so he's training accordingly, and you know, I feel like he's doing everything properly right now to make sure he gets the victory on December 18th.
What do you think, BJ, that you're going up against in the other corner? You know, one of the best trainers in the sport, wouldn't you say? What do you think?
100%. I'm a massive Sugar Hill fan. I think he's great. What he's done with some of the fighters that he has, and what he's done with Tyson Fury, and what he did with Adonis Stevenson, and what he did with Andy Lee, and what he did with so many other fighters. I'm a massive Sugar Hill fan. I think he's great. Obviously, Emmanuel was one of the greatest trainers of all times, and I knew Emmanuel ever since I was an amateur. 2001, 2002, he'd call me up and see how I was doing, and just the way that Emmanuel would go out of his way to make you feel important, it was really something, man. He was really something. So very sad to lose him earlier, and you know, you see Sugar Hill carrying on that same Kronk mentality type of training, and I think he's an outstanding trainer. So we got a very difficult test in front of us.
Yeah, because I imagine you want to prove that you're an excellent trainer in your own right?
I mean, I'm just getting started, and to be honest with you, you know, my credentials don't compare with Sugar Hill as far as you know, who I've trained and everything like that. He's been doing it a lot longer than me, and he's very good. But you know, we have a good formula and we have a good recipe, so it's going to be very interesting on Fight Night.
I know you can't give away the game plan, but what will be better about Jake from his last fight to this fight?
He's just going to be sharper. Everything. He's been under the lights one more time. He's had that big moment. He's prepared for it. He's went through everything, and Tommy hasn't. I think that's going to be a big factor in this fight.
Do you think he gets in these guys' head before the fight?
Jake, yeah, I think he's got a lot going on. I think his own family and his own team is getting in his head too, telling him they're going to disown him if he loses, and it's just a lot of pressure for the kid. The kid's never fought anybody at all. That doesn't mean he can't fight, but I'm saying that he's never been in any type of fight with any type of fighter like Jake. Jake's coming for his ass, trust me. Jake is not coming to lay down. Jake is going to do everything he possibly can to knock Tommy out. And it's a different type of challenge than Tommy's ever had.
Right, because Jake, we saw him fight off the back foot really for the first time against Woodley.
Yes.
But you're saying he's going forward this fight once more.
I mean, we're going to see how Woodley comes out, or we're going to see how Tommy comes out. But the plan is to be aggressive. The plan is to, you know, to box at times, to be aggressive at times. It depends on what Tommy comes out. But we have our game plan. We're coming in with either way. We're going to make Tommy fight our fight, and that's how I want to start off.
You got stoppage?
I don't know. We'll see. If it gets stopped, great. But Jake will be ready for 8 tough rounds. So it doesn't matter if it gets stopped or not. Our game plan is to continually win rounds until if the fight's stopped, and if not, then we're fine with the decision.
And lastly, BJ, you know, Canelo fights tonight.
Yeah.
It's a lot to ask a guy like Jake. One day, are you going to fight Canelo? But if it makes dollars, it makes sense, right? So do you think that ever happens if he keeps winning?
I don't know. The only fight I'm worried about right now is Tommy Fury. I'm not going to talk about Canelo. I'm not worried about that. Wish Canelo the best tonight, but we got a big test in front of us on December 18th, and that's my only focus right now. So I'm not going to talk about anybody else.
Thanks, BJ.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Yep.